Hello folks, welcome to El Canal Channel Jose. Today we're going to give you an idea how to reinforce or what we'll be doing for reinforcing the door handles on a 91 to 94 Toyota Tercel. And we are tired of buying, we have bought about 4 of these and they keep on breaking on us. So we're going to show you what we do to reinforce it so we don't keep on spending more money on something that is going to keep on breaking on us. This is thinking outside the box so that way you can see what we do, and it's a little bit of more work, but it's going to save you a lot of money. And what that's it, let's jump right into it. So here we have the original handle that we have removed, or the one we have bought, and they keep breaking, see? So it breaks from right there. That's the leverage to push this guy down as we open. You see there? But because it's broken and the piece of plastic is this, they used to be there, right like that. That will push this down as we pull on the handle, but because it broke, there's no leverage onto it. So they keep breaking at that spot. This is one of the last ones we have bought. So we have taken this one apart. Here's the other one, the other piece. This is gonna be right here. It's gonna go in there, and we have taken it apart so we can reinforce this part, because that plastic used to be this. You see? So it broke right about here. So we're putting aluminum on one side and aluminum edge on the other side so we can reinforce this point, and we don't have to keep on buying this. And we're gonna do it on both sides so they don't break on this side either. So we are reinforcing it, and you're gonna be asking why so many holes. So that's for the resin that once we glue it to it, it grabs and it goes between the aluminum, and we have more body and more grab, and we have roughened this area as well so we can actually make the resin grab onto this plastic so it doesn't unglue itself that easy. So this is the part that we're reinforcing right here, right there. So here we have the two plates that we have cut out, and we have them on a PDF format just in case you need them, just in case. So this is for one side and this is for the other side. And like we said, this handle keeps breaking right there where it's supposed to push down on this. So that's just plastic. So that's why we're reinforcing it. And we're going to be doing this aluminum on one side, and then we're going to do the other side with the aluminum so we can reinforce on both sides of this plastic. And we're going to have a hole that goes through for the main rod, and the little holes are for the resin to grab onto the aluminum. This is the point that we want to reinforce right here. See? But we made it all the way through so it has more body and more, this is stronger. So before we start the job of gluing the stuff, we're gonna clean this very good so there's no oils and debris or dirt on them, and this side as well. So they are clean surfaces so the resin makes a better bond. So now that we have cleaned both sides with a lacquer thinner or something like that, alcohol, and these ones as well, we're gonna be mixing our epoxy, 2-part epoxy, to glue them and let them sit so that way we can reinforce that. So now I have to mix part A and part B of this epoxy, and this is gonna work really quick. It's gonna probably give me 5-minute window once I start mixing it up. And I want to make sure that if I use one whole side, I mix the other whole side as well, so that way I can have a very good strong mix or epoxy. So I mix part A and part B. I put a bolt right through it, so I line up the hole, and I let this sit while I work on the other one as well. So this is how it's gluing or drying. At this point, we just leave this bolt right through there, so we line up the holes, and we don't care about the excessive right now. We let it dry. We'll sand it down or wear it down, but at this point, all we care is about it gluing or bonding. So as you can see, now that it's dry, we had to leave one aluminum glued to this leg, the one that we're reinforcing, because what happened, it got too thick here, it got too thick here, that it wouldn't go through here, this side. So as we are trying to put it together, it wouldn't fit through those openings. So we ended up just leaving one aluminum and one and this one, the one we were trying to reinforce. So that's what we're doing. Just one piece of aluminum glued to it. The rest is gonna be okay. So we're just gonna fit it through here. Then we have to make it pop in the top of this, and we can start putting it back into the car. So this is just an idea of what we're doing, putting this together with just one aluminum reinforcement, because it got too thick. It wouldn't go through the openings. So now that I put my handle back on, I grab the bolt that I'm putting through. I'm not putting the original rod that came in. I gotta pass it through with a little washer, Allen wrench, stainless steel. And what I gotta do before I pass it through the other side, I gotta put the spring that is in here. So this is the spring that we're talking about. The rod, and then the spring is right in there. And then that keeps the handle from coming back to forcing it to get back to its normal position with the spring. So as you can see, this is the spring that we have to put here, so it pulls a lever up, and I put the rod right through it. It's a screw, it's a bolt, long bolt, a washer, Allen wrench bolt, and then it goes through. The spring is right, it went through it, and this long leg is back down here, and this little hook is gonna go into that hole right there, and I gotta put the washer and the nut over here to make sure that this doesn't come out, and I'm gonna put Loctite on that. So now that I have put the bolt through with a Teflon nut and Loctite, what I'm gonna do is put this spring right where it needs to be, and the bottom is sitting on the groove. The top is gonna go right into that little hole right there. So it pulls the lever when it needs to go back up. So here is the latch, door handle completely. We put it together. The spring is doing the tension, so it goes back to its normal position, and we're gonna put the key entry into this handle, and we have added white lithium grease to the mechanism so it's lubricated. And now that we have done that, once we put this mechanism here for the key, we start putting it back in the car. Okay, so to put your key entry, what you're gonna be doing is this clip has to go on this groove and this other groove right here, so it ends up like this. So what we do is we put it on one and we slide it right over the other one and clip it on, and doesn't matter if this sticking out or inwards. So then when we grab our key entry, we slide it in and it opens it and it locks in. So we'll show you what we mean by that. Now that you have that clip on, you grab your key entry. There's a thicker side and a smaller side on this grab points for the clip. So what it does, you guide it and present it, and as you sliding it and pushing it in, that tamper or that slope is gonna make the clip to start opening as it's forcing itself in, and then once it passes that whole point is gonna clip on, and on same on this side right here. So we gotta push it in, and it's gonna force it to open, and as soon as that goes through, it's gonna clip on. So there it is. We have our new key entry, or we got a key entry transferred to our new door handle. And there it is. We reinforced it. So we put it back together, and we added some lithium grease. So we're just reinforcing this latch before we put it on, so this doesn't happen again on us or sooner. So that's what we're trying to avoid, this broken part, because these are not cheap, and you're gonna keep on buying them, buying them, buying them. So that's what alternative you can do. That's just on our side. And we don't know what thickness of aluminum we use, but if you start using aluminum and every single one, it has to be very thin, or just one plate for that area. And this was the thickness that we use. We don't know what thick, how thick it is, but because it starts building a body, and it won't be able to open or close or even go in. Now we put it on the cart. Well, folks, hopefully this video was useful and helpful on how we reinforce or find a solution to this problem that these door handles keep on breaking on us. So we just reinforce at that point where it keeps on breaking, because this is like the 4 one that we buy. So we're just sharing some information that you can actually find a solution to these problems, and just got to think outside the box. So we're just giving you an idea what can be done. So if this is happening to you on another equipment that it keeps on breaking because it's plastic, find out if you can do some modifications to it to reinforce it, or to get rid of that problem that keeps on happening. So this is just what we're sharing, because this keeps on happening to us on these door handles. This is for a 91, 94 Toyota Tercel, but an idea of thinking outside the box. And with that said, folks, for our friends who are watching a video and haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe. If you like a video, give us thumbs up, share it, and we'll see you soon with more videos here en el canal, El Chano Jose.